folks. Welcome to Table Mountain.
The clouds hide the beauty of Table Mountain, but the crowds still come. The cableway has been running since 1935 and each year it carries nearly 1 million visitors, people wanting to see the magnificent views. It hasn't always been like that.
Our most difficult year, funny enough, was 2010, the year of the World Cup. However, we've seen wonderful growth since then. In fact, the cableway's numbers have increased by over 20% since 2010. So we're very pleased that we've caught up again. But interestingly enough, for us autumn, what we've seen significant growth in is our domestic market. So that's now 45% of our business. Chinese is a big growing market.
Tourism is an important part of the South African economy. It accounts for 1 in 12 jobs. But since the global credit crisis, the industry has suffered a few setbacks. Cape Town has had to find other ways to bring money into the local economy.
Cape Town is the most popular tourism destination in Africa, and that's because the city can trade on its natural beauty of having a mountain on one side and the ocean on the other. That's attracted millions of tourists from all over the world. Many of those travelers become property owners in the city, buying in euros and dollars. It's worked to their advantage. But it's pushed up property prices in Cape Town, which is not so viable for the locals.
The Atlantic seaboard offers prime real estate at maximum price. Foreigners are taking advantage of the favorable exchange rate. However, they account for only 4% of the market.
The trends of foreigners buying property here have been two-scale. They're either buying at the low end or they're buying at the very top end. Very few foreigners are actually buying mid-range. Your rental rates are lower, however your capital growth on your investment is higher. Going forward, we see growth every year, growth on growth. Interesting statistic of our international website is 45% of our hits come from international buyers.
Whilst property investors weigh up the prospects, locals aren't that lucky. Cape Town is one of the most unequal cities in the world. Wealth sits uncomfortably next to abject poverty. Authorities are often criticized for not addressing some of these social problems. But the city's investment agency says one solution is to position Cape Town as a springboard for finance into the rest of Africa.
I think a lot of people forget that the asset management industry is based in Cape Town. From our vantage point, you see a number of intermediaries, such as law firms, accounting firms, marketing, advertising companies, going cross-border and setting up their presence in those big cities. A lot of the big listed property companies and the REITs are now beginning to expand their portfolio and are looking for quality assets in some of the biggest cities on the continent.
Even though investors have cast their sights further into Africa, Cape Town's economy still moves along focused on traditional industries. For now, business tourism and property remain a hedge against the uncertainty of global markets and a slowing South African economy.